Can you hear me, guys? Okay, good. Very good. Today was the busiest earnings day of the earnings season. So I've been doing earnings for the past hour and a half. Let's see what we have here. Bingo is up on something, I don't know what. It's just low flow pump. GoDaddy has some pretty good earnings and really good estimates, and the weekly chart is also looking good, even though the daily chart is a mess. Then there was this silver stock, PAAS, also good estimates for next year. BL is a thin little software stock. Also good earnings, good estimates, and a good looking chart, but it's too thin for me. AG, a gold stock, good estimates for next year. Now DXCM is probably one I will trade. Looks great. It just broke out of a year-long range, or year and a half. It's been building higher lows for a long time. Yeah, I will trade this thing. So IPR. I didn't realize how cheap this thing is, considering the growth. It's growing revenues at almost 200%, earnings at over 100%. They're estimated to grow EPS 73% next year, and it's trading at a PE of 33. That is damn cheap. That's pretty damn cheap. Not that I care about valuations much, but oh, my reality had earnings. Yeah, some pretty bad earnings. Not crazy about the estimates or anything. But I'm just gonna trail my stop in it. I have a really bad hiccup right now. I've had it for over an hour, as you can hear. All right. Let's see what more is gapping up. IFRX, what is this? Some microcap pump. Oh, Sona, is this thing up on earnings? No, it's not. Having some big follow through from yesterday, from the breakout. I'm also watching this CHK in case it can go down to 50 cents or something. Could be a nice little bounce play. You know, I've noticed some stocks that are beaten down and they're about to go bankrupt, and then they announce they're hiring a restructuring firm. Something that happened to MNK a couple of months back. It bounced 170% in a few days, and that was the low. Same thing happened on this CHK a couple of years back. They announced they hired a restructuring firm, and the stock had been beaten down for years and years, had a big gap down, and that was pretty much the low, and then it bounced over 300% over the next few months. That could be a tool to have in one's toolbox. Kind of an interesting phenomenon. All right, Plug reported earnings. I've been, as you know, I've been trading this one, but yeah, the earnings there's no growth in the company, and I'm just not interested in it. Roku gapping down on earnings. A bunch of gold, silver names reporting. This IQ is interesting. They had big growth when they IPO'd, 60% revenue growth, 40%, 30%, 11%, and now only 3%. The growth has totally died. I think this is the Netflix of China or something like that. NVTA missing earnings, second time in a row. Carvana gapping down. SCDG gapping down a little bit on soft estimates. Tiva, one of my holdings, have earnings. Fortunately, it's gapping up, so that's a good thing. MNK I sized down a little bit before the close because it closed very weak, and I knew Tiva was set to report, so I only have about half or less than half of MNK left. See, BRCU had a big bounce intraday. Same thing with ENDP, close below the rising 20-day moving average. So I'm out most of my shares. I think I sold about 2/3, if not 3/4. And Tiva also, I sold about 1/3 of my shares before they close. Since it closed so weak yesterday, I was afraid it was going to gap down on earnings, but fortunately it's gapping up. So MU is gapping up on the China trade news or the tariff news. Same thing with OLED. Yin, yeah, Yin. I think I'm gonna sell some in the high 20s. JD gapping up. TDOC gapping up. RLGY gapping down on earnings. Baba gapping higher. This hiccup thing is starting to become really annoying. XNet had a big spike yesterday. I bought my position in the mid 630s and 640s, and then it spiked soon after. It spiked all the way to 720 real quick. I didn't get to sell any. If I had seen this spike, I would probably have sold like 10-15% of my position, but it was too quick. I didn't see it until it faded back to 680s or something. But it's still holding higher lows, and I still think this thing could go to $10. Really, why not? Alright, market opens in 1 minute. I will prepare for DXCM. This DXCM is one of the fastest growing stocks in the market right now. That it is. I buy a couple thousand shares to begin with, and then we'll see if I add more or not. Holy shit, the spreads are pretty brutal on this thing. I bought some crazy spreads. Oh, I didn't get filled on full size. I got filled on less than half size. Try to have a little bit of patience. Yeah, BL looks good. Looks a bit choppy on the daily, but on the weekly it's pretty clean. It's taking out the long range for good earnings, and it's been building higher lows for multiple years. What's gold and silver doing? Yeah, they're still holding their bull flag ranges. As long as they don't break down, they look good. I'm waiting for a dip in this DXCM. Come on. Alright. Yeah. TIVA looks good. It's actually going up on earnings. Interesting. And now TC2000 is very slow again. I love it. Really nice. XNet looks great on the 60 minute. It needs to re-break the 685, but they may want to build some more higher lows potentially. Yeah, so Roku went up exactly 40% from where I bought it before I got shaken out, or after I got shaken out. Oh. BRKs is taking out the long range. Damn, DXCM is not pulling back. Unfortunately. Momo, yeah. Good follow through from that trend line break. Damn. Maybe I should have bought this one instead of Baba and JD. Tal had a secondary entry point yesterday, which I missed. Or actually, I didn't miss it, I just passed on it. Nasdaq almost all-time highs. Oh, we are the. Oh, yeah, I think it's all-time highs for the Nasdaq, or QQQs at least. Oh my god, the XCM! Fuck, I should have chased it. Fuck. I only got filled on 1,000 shares. I wanted 2,500. Oh. The XCM is already at average volume. Also, did you see what HRX did yesterday? I covered way too early. Holy fuck. The problem is I covered way too many in the 280s and 270s. That's the problem. And I was all covered in the 2 teens, and it went all the way down to 193. Just an amazing fade. 35% from the highs. I did underestimate that thing. And I wasn't even in full size. Oh, I mean, it could have been a $50,000 trade, but I fucked it up on too many levels. I covered too much too early and I didn't have full size on it. Oh well. Oh well. Whoa, what's going on here? RLGY is bouncing from its gap down. Baba is fading its gap for now. JD looks much stronger. Yin I think I will sell some very soon. It's up about 3% from my last sale. Yeah, I'll sell some. And I'm gonna raise my stop a little bit. Hexnet. Just doing its thing, building a range. ENDP, I'm gonna raise my final stop a little bit. Yeah, Tiva looks great. Tiva does look good. The XCM looks amazing. I just didn't get filled on my shares. Well, yeah, well, $2. Yeah, it did go a bit lower than I thought it would yesterday. I thought it would go red and then eventually go below 2 in the next, few sessions. Yeah, I didn't expect it to go sub 2 in one session. But yeah, that's what happens when a stock is up from 37 cents to $3. A little bit of pullback is not the end of the world. But yeah, it's pretty much a perfect setup. It was a 5-star setup. Now, if this thing had been a liquid, higher price stock, I would have been in 3-4 times as much size. I had like just shy of a $300,000 position in this thing. But again, if it had been a higher priced name, I would have had $1 million position in this thing. But I don't really like shorting low price stocks. Just because of mathematics, they can very easily double. Even if they had already doubled and doubled, they can very easily still double. Okay, pause. Starting to break out a little bit. Good estimates for the next year. HE is still red. Oh, BL! What the hell happened here? Holy shit! What a reversal. Whew. I hope DXCM doesn't do that. Holy shit. Wow, bingo, look at the volume on the 60-minute chart. This thing has insane volume. It's probably gonna have the highest volume day ever. I think this thing could have more volume than it did on this day here. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Maybe on that 140 break? Not something I usually trade, but on the long side, but I can't believe the volume in BNGO. Okay, I just bought some with a tight stop. Just because of the volume. I'm gonna use this as my stop. Okay, I bought even more. I have 100,000 shares of this thing. I'm gonna use tight stops. Either it goes or it doesn't. Either it goes or it doesn't go. Not my traditional setup to buy something up almost 60% on a day, but with this volume, I can't believe it. I just sold about 10%. Plus 10%, plus 10 cents. I mean, look at the 60-minute volume. What? Already traded almost 20 million shares. That is just some crazy shit. Holy shit. No, I'm sorry, I didn't sell 10%. I sold about 5%. I didn't get filled on all of my order. Reality wants to go green after the earnings gap down. It's in a very strong uptrend. It's up over 100% past few months from the lows. MNK is probably gonna stop me out of my rest. Let's see, 262. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do it like this. 262 is my average. I'm gonna do it like this. If it closes below 283, I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna sell all of it. EMVP is fading. TDOC is hitting new highs. OLED is building higher lows. JD is fading a bit. X just inside of a range. Yin is pretty strong still. Tiva has faded a little bit of the highs. And Bingo. Wow. What if Bingo goes to $2 today? I probably jinxed it right now. But it could go to $2. I can't believe the volume. I don't even know what the news are. They're probably selling into this thing. They had offering a month ago with warrants at 86 cents. So yeah, it's probably not gonna go. But I bought it because I'm a chunky. I'm a chunky. And I needed to be in the trade. Tesla is strong. Yeah, I can't believe I was shorting it here. Or I can't believe it, but I kind of missed the long setup on this first day after broke out of this channel with higher lows. Oh, okay, I get filled on some DXCM on the dip here. So let's see if this this Bingo can hold VWAP. I fully expect this thing to dip back below 40, but 140, but hopefully it can hold VWAP and put in a higher low and then have another leg higher. Holy shit, the volume is just insane. But yeah, the float is probably, they offered $18 million at 80 cents. So they probably, at 86 cents, so they probably added about 25 million shares to this thing. So they must have doubled or tripled the float. Alright, DXCM, I mean full size, not crazy size, but 2,500 shares, since I already have so much exposure to a lot of other things. But yeah, it's already traded almost twice of the average volume. This is exactly what you want to see. Yeah, I kind of like it. I do hope it doesn't do what's the name of that stock? BL. I don't know why BL did that. Did that fade intraday? Pulse looks good. Okay, BNGO is fading back a little bit. Let's see if we can hold VWAP. Now things are starting to slow down from the first hectic 30 minutes. Let's do a scan. So DXCM, I think it's a medical devices stock. No, diagnostics and research. No, never mind. There's another stock in a similar group, Penn, that has pretty decent earnings. Been going sideways for over a year. Not as fast grower, but they report earnings. I think they report earnings tonight. Okay, Bingo is weakening a little bit. Okay, I got stopped out of half of bingo. And the other half also. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna fade back. T-Doc, nice continuation from the earnings breakout. Look at the weekly chart. Look at how good it looks. I think this thing goes to 100. No problem. I think it's time to sell some shares. I'm up over 10% on it. Yeah, I'll sell some. I sold some shares here. Xnet. Yeah, it's just going sideways. Nothing special here so far. But there is another buy area here at 680, mid 680s. If it can, if it wants to break out later, which I hope it does. I really hope it does. BRB. Ska du trycka under soffan resten av dagen? Luke. NVTA is red. I'll be right back. Yeah, bingo is gonna take out the lows of the day. Oh well. Was a good shot, but yeah, they have probably a lot of warrants, and the float is much bigger than it was during the last run. Yeah, I can't believe the volume. Already 25 million. A lot of China stocks are higher today due to logical reasons. The the tariff news. Yeah, the XM looks amazingly good. Let's look at the back watch list a little bit. I cleaned it a little bit yesterday. I'll continue. So 8th of October, this is a day I streamed and I was thinking about shorting this spin when it broke below this range. Shorting it for a longer term, but I didn't want to pay the borrow costs. So yeah, it's down 45% since. That would have been a good trade, but I'm not sure I would have made a lot of money on it because the borrow is pretty expensive still, I think. Yeah, the borrow is 5.2 cents per share, so it's pretty expensive. CrowdStrike had this yeah, it kind of faded after being up 3-4 days in a row. It's a classic day trading setup I used to use all the time. And it would have also worked as a swing trading setup since it's down. It was down over 30%. Shui didn't go down like CrowdStrike did. A lot of gold stocks had an update that day, 8th of October. Gold and silver. RLGY, this is... Yeah, I bought RLGY that day also. I got stopped out the same day, I think. Or yeah, I got stopped out the next day. And then I rebought it obviously a couple of days later, and here we are. October 10th, BMA, GGL. SDN is a shoppy name. Yeah, AIMT had a little bit of a breakout here on this day and went up 25% almost. Yeah, a lot of beaten down retail stocks went up that day. This Fran is still kind of flagging. It has no volume. But on the next leg higher, I do think this thing goes to 25 or something. Be right back, I have to check up on my cat. Luke. Okay, I'm back. Where was I? I was doing the cleanup. October 11th. There was some strength in the software names that day. And China. And energy. And semiconductors. Wow, this VLO had a nice breakout with some good follow through. Very liquid stock. $100 stock trading millions of shares. I like these kinds of trades, but yeah, missed that one. But this is the day I bought RLGY, the trade I'm in now, I think. Alright, enough of that. Back watch list, let's see here. XNet, okay, now it's starting to break, having some good volume. Let's go. Let's do this. This IGV software ETF, I mean, it looks great on the weekly chart. It does look great on the weekly chart. It's been this 205 area acted as a resistance, now been acting as a support, and now it's breaking out of this 220 range. GE having nice follow through from earnings. Yeah, TripAdvisor and Expedia are both down big today. Wow, HRX almost at yesterday's lows. DXM near the highs again. Big volume. More than double the average volume already. Exactly what one wants to see on an earnings breakout. This IQ having a strong day and good volume despite no growth pretty much. And they're guiding for losses next year. This IIPR could be a longer term entry. And this stock is way too cheap considering the growth rates and the estimates. PE of 33. That is amazing for a stock growing over 100%. I think this could be a great longer term entry for those of you who don't want to watch the markets every day or don't have the time to sit at the computer for many hours. And this is buyable with like a $10 stop. And why can't this thing go to 150 over the next year or 6 months? I think it can. Same thing with GoDaddy. Also great estimates. They're expected to grow 120% next year. And it's just coming out of a multi-year range with higher lows. I think this could be a longer term buy. Not for me, but it definitely looks great. Baidu also beaten down China name, having a great day, huge volume. But the earnings and the estimates are just not super exciting at all. So I'm not sure about how much follow through it's gonna have. MBTA is barely up on the day. Let's see. RCLD bounced off its rising 150 day. They have great estimates for 2020, but not so great for 2021. And PAS also great estimates for next year. Okay, I'm gonna do another scan here and then I'll cut the stream. There's not much more here to do today. There are some great earnings breakouts today that I think are going much higher over time. I traded DXCM, but I also think that IIPR and GoDaddy could be some great entries. Yeah, OLED is flagging after I bought it a few days back on the earnings, just flagging. I think this thing goes to mid-high 200s on this report. XNet looks absolutely amazing. Yeah, there's not. Oh, DXCM took out the highs of the day. Yeah, my portfolio so far looks great today. Can't complain. This is what a bull market looks like. Most things you buy go up. Baidu, yeah, beaten down China tech stock. It's a big China name. More than cut in half over the past couple of years, and now, you know, I don't think it has the earnings to fuel a longer term move. I just don't think so. They are estimated to grow 46% next year, but this year their earnings shrank by 55%. So the earnings next year are gonna be about what they earned in 2016 and 17. When the stock was higher back then, but I don't know. I don't think it's good enough. But if you know, China goes on a run, all of these stocks are gonna up. Look at ASHR, having some nice follow through from the breakout. I mean, this could be a multi-quarter, maybe even a multi-year move. I wouldn't bet on multi-year, but definitely a multi-quarter move. Why can't ASHR go to like 35, 40? I mean, all of these China stocks, even those with mediocre or no earnings, like IQ and Baidu, I mean, even those could go up a lot. But I focus on the ones that have good earnings and good estimates, like Shady and Baba. And obviously Tao, which I wanted to buy multiple times, but I didn't pull the trigger. This thing has also really good estimates. So that's my view on Baidu. Oh shit, I got disconnected from the server. Please. Oh, good, no queue. Okay, there was something I wanted to do. I'm just gonna check Twitter or TweetDeck, and then I'm gonna cut the stream. QCOM is having some good breakout here, or not breakout, but you know, continuation breakout. Have some decent estimates for 2021. They're expected to grow 42%. That's actually pretty good for a mega cap stock. That's pretty damn good for a mega cap stock, I have to say. Current earnings are pretty bad. But 21 estimates are pretty damn good. Okay, that's it for me today. Some easy bull market trading. Easy to feel like a genius, but it's not me, it's the market. Thank you for joining. Where the hell is my... Oh, here it is. Thank you for joining. I hope you have a great trading day, and I hope you learned something, or at least I hope you didn't get dumber by watching me. Even if you didn't learn something. And I will see you tomorrow. What day is it today? It's Thursday. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. And good luck.